Hello. Thank you so much for your interest in third grade math at eXtend. My name is Kym Kent, and in addition to serving as the director of eXtend along with Nicole Green, I also serve as a third grade math tutor. So this video is designed to give you information, hopefully answer some questions that you have about third grade math here at eXtend. So let's get started. The curriculum that we use for third grade math is Horizons 3, Student Books 1 and Student Books 2. The students need to bring their books to class every class day, every day that we're in class for the tutorial, because the workbook really is the basis for instruction. We're going to be going into the book. I teach directly from the book. The questions that we do for practice are right there in the book. So you'll find that we really utilize the curriculum in this class. And the homework that's going to be assigned, which sort of, I'm using that term really loosely when I say assigned, but really for follow-up, what you'll do at home is go into the lessons that we've done, and anything that we didn't finish, you'll just finish off. Okay, so with that, please do not allow your student to work ahead. I've said this before, especially in my older classes, but I am not a person who believes in DIY math. So I'm going to instruct first, and then what I would ask you to do is follow up behind and make sure that you finish what we don't finish in class, to finish those couple of exercises within that section that we don't finish in class. The other thing is that I do want to say is that please don't get stressed out if your student doesn't get every single question answered on every single page. The beauty, especially with our tutorial, is that we have a lot of breaks, and during those breaks you can go back to those unfinished pages and use and finish up. That's a great way to reinforce the work. That's a great way to just keep their minds fresh with the math. So there you have it. As far as the teacher's guide, if it's third grade math, I don't really think you need it. I mean, I really don't think you need it. If you want to get it, fine, but please don't spend a lot of money. I mean, just get it used. But you honestly do not need to get, I don't think you don't need to get the parent, this teacher's manual, teacher's guide for that. Also with this curriculum, every 10th lesson is a test, and that's what I grade. So, and I know some parents will be like, oh no, I'll grade it for you. And then what invariably happens is a couple of things. Number one, I give partial credit. So that's one. And then also there's some things that I will use within the test as extra credit. So for example, when we do Roman numerals, like who uses Roman numerals? Well, we use Roman numerals for the Super Bowl. We use Roman numerals for Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars junkie. But other than that, it's really not used a lot. So I teach the kids how to recognize and how to, write Roman numerals and how to interpret from Roman numerals. But for the test, I make that extra credit. So anyway, that's another reason why I grade. So let's go into the class expectations. We work hard, and this as homeschoolers, we work really hard, but I also believe that we get to play hard as well. But in terms of working hard, please, I want your kids to come to class ready to work with their workbooks, pencils. I know, especially in third grade, it seems like kids eat pencils. Oh my goodness. But I'm just going to encourage you, we'll have some in the classroom, but please just make sure you get a steady supply of pencils and make sure your kids come to class with their pencils. If they want to use colored pencils in class, that's good too. This is when I do teaching on the board, I use a lot of color. And so they may want to mimic that and use color as well. It's totally up to you. I'm also going to give kids a red folder at the beginning of the year, and it'll have resources in there that we'll be using during class. It'll have a multiplication table, it'll have a clock, it'll have the jingles, it'll have all of that. Also, I'm going to encourage, and I'll have an in-class parent assistant for this class. We'll make sure that the kids go to the bathroom before class starts, because Mrs. Kent, once we get rolling, we're rolling. So I usually don't take any breaks during class. Again, I think I did mention this early in the previous slide, that if they don't finish every single question in every single lesson, it's not the end of the world by any stretch. We have great breaks that you can use to go back and do those things that remain unfinished. However, that being said, please make sure that you are following up on those Monday, Wednesday, Fridays by doing the work and staying fresh in your math. Remember, I'm introducing and you're following up with the homework. Part of the reason of following up with that homework also is to prepare them, number one, to solidify the concepts, of course, but then the other piece of that is so that they're ready for that test that comes every 10th lesson. Okay. So, when I'm walking around class, and if I happen to peek in that book, what I don't want to see is a bunch of empty pages. And in fact, if I see a bunch of empty pages, that's going to be a red flag to me, because then I'm wondering, is this really working? What's going on? So, again, remember, we're homeschoolers. And so the 2 days a week is not enough. I really do need you to follow up those other days with the work that we've been doing in class. So, all right, let's move on. Other class expectations, submitting homework. So now here's the other thing. So parents, they're only third graders. So you're going to be the one that's going to, for the most part, maybe not, I don't know, but that's going to be submitting their work on Google Classroom. It needs to be a single PDF or a Google document, not a link to a Google document, but the actual Google document. Please do not send me JPEGs. JPEGs are horrible for trying to load in Google Classroom. They take forever and it just doesn't work. So that's why I asked for a single PDF. And I have videos in Google Classroom that take you step by step of how to actually do that. Okay, so I'm not just telling you to do that without any instruction. I'm giving you instruction on how to do that. If you want to do it as a single PDF, I show you how to do that in Google Classroom. If you want to do it as a Google document, there's a video in there to show you how to do that as well. Okay. Um, and then the other thing is that you want to check Google Classroom periodically. Please make sure that you're signing up for the parent, so for the guardian summaries that come every week. Part of that lets you know, did that test get turned in? You may have thought that you turned in the test. I've had this happen. Parents are like, I thought I turned in the test. I'm like, no, you didn't. And so they're like, so, you want to make sure that you're turning that in. And one way to know that it's been turned in is looking at Google Classroom and looking at going into your students' Google Classroom, making sure that there's nothing missing. And then also in the Guardian Summary, you'll see that as well. Okay. Please also pay attention to progress reports. I know it's third grade, but we do give a progress report. I do for my class. But part of that is because we want to make sure that everything is going well, that, that we're making sure that your student is ready for the next level of math. Okay. Now, another thing too is that if for whatever reason that we are not able to meet on campus, let's say that there's a church event and we can't be in the building, or let's say there's inclement weather, what will happen is one of two things. Either I will meet with the kids via Zoom, that's always fun, we'll do that, or what may happen is that I may create a video. And in that case, what I'll do is I'll have the book, I'll have a document camera, and I'll go through the lesson. I even do it kind of like a Dora the Explorer thing where like I wait for them to give me an answer. I'm like, yes, that's the right answer. So anywho, so there's that. Also, class expectation in this class is we're gonna have fun. I'm gonna teach all. Listen, Mrs. Kent has a song for like everything under the sun. That's the joke, but it's kind of true. So we're gonna sing a lot of songs. We're gonna learn some chants. For me, it's really important for them to learn the process. So like, when we start doing little algebraic equations, which is so cool in third grade, I'm like, you guys are doing algebra, and they get all excited about that. But I really am concerned about making sure that they know the process, that they know that they're isolating a variable to do the opposite. And then they know that the opposite of adding 4 is subtracting 4. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. And then the 4s on this side go where? Bye-bye. They cancel. Okay, that's a whole thing that we do in class. So just know that we just have a lot of fun. Because for me, I want them to enjoy math. I want them to really love math. That'd be awesome, right? And so we try to make it as fun as possible, as engaging as possible. That's part of the reason why we use the curriculum that we do. It's fun, it's engaging, and it also introduces them really early to some really good concepts. So anyway, so that's it. See if there's anything else. Yes, the best prep for this class. Please, the best prep, review the basic math facts. Go over addition doubles. 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4. 3 + 3 is 6. And 4 + 4 is 8. Oh, and so on. Addition and subtraction facts, the little ones. Review multiplication facts if you want to. I will tell you in Google Classroom, so exciting. I got all kinds of math songs, videos that you can just go in and just pop in the video, pop in, the little songs if you want to download them or whatever, and play them in the car, just to help them to learn just those little basic math facts. I've often said that math really is just knowing the fundamentals, and you're just kind of manipulating those fundamentals in different kind of ways. So there you go. The other best prep for this class is just have a fun summer. But do it again. Please make sure that you're spending just a little bit of time going over those again, addition doubles, little addition facts. Even if they're doing subtraction, I mean, subtraction is the opposite of addition. So anyway, and multiplication facts. Okay. So, and that's it. Let me see. Is that it? Is that it? No, one last thing, communication. Texting is the best and the fastest way to reach me. I will tell you on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I am up at 5:30 in the morning, getting me and my kids out the door so that we can be at Mount Oak by 7:30-ish, opening up the building and getting everything ready. So if you try to send me an email on a Tuesday or Thursday morning, I can assure you I'm not going to get it. Texting me at that time of day, but texting overall is the best way to reach me. Mondays and Fridays are days that I have literally set aside for handling like longer responses that you'll need me for. Because remember, I'm also a homeschooler. I got 2 kids that are still in the pipeline. So anyway, email me. If you want to email me, just know that I'm not going to probably check that or see that email until really, really late that night. Those of you who've known me for some time, y'all seen the time stamps on some of those emails that I've sent out. Anywho, so yeah, email is like almost like the snail mail for me. So, and then also for this class, we might have a group me. I don't know. If we do have a group me, I'll make sure that my in-class parent assistant handles it and manages it because cuss. Just cuss. All right. So I hope I've answered your questions. If you have any other questions, anything that I haven't really covered in this video, please feel free to reach out to me. And I'll just send me an email, send me a text, and I'll respond to you. All right. Thanks again so much for your interest in 3rd grade math. And hopefully I will see you and your little one in the fall. Take care.